that. I'm gonna think about, like I said, moving that shoulder forward, but sitting my butt down, okay? And then even rotating over to the side, okay? So, although I do want to show you my butt, okay? If I really want to get a good stretch here, I need to both lengthen and shoot my hips, almost creating like an arc. Hey, today we are going to go over a standing lat stretch. And I want to be fully upfront with this one. This is not only going to hit your lat, this is going to really hit all the musculature of your back and posterior shoulder compartment or complex. But we're just going to call it the lat stretch because that's probably what someone else is going to call it, and we don't really want to confuse too many people in the process. So what really we're trying to do here is your lat is going to run all the way down your back and attach here along the top of your iliac crest and along the thoracic and lumbar spinal segments, kind of right on these little bony bumps you got all up and down your spine. Okay, so what that means is it is a very broad attachment. So it's not as simple as stretching the bicep where it's just bringing point A and point B apart, okay? Like the pec, we kind of have a bit of a fanning. So the position of the arm, okay, and the amount of internal or external rotation is going to help us bias which part of the lat we're really going to stretch. So with this, just know that sometimes a certain position may feel really good one day, but then the next day that same position is going to feel as good. Maybe you trained a little bit differently, you slept a little bit differently, you sat a little bit differently, or just a whole host of other things, okay? So know that there's no one size fit all, and I highly encourage you to get kind of creative and really play around. Get friendly with this exercise and really just have fun. Make it your own and really just play around, okay? So what's really convenient about this rack is this has this hook here that I'm gonna use, but know that what you can do is take a big looped band and you can always create your own loop or hook by making a loop and sticking your band through said loop, okay? And that's how you would anchor it to anything. And that also works for stuff like over here. Create a loop, stick the band through the loop. Okay, so we'll use this one. Okay, so I'm going to stretch my left lat. So when I stretch my left lat, what I'm really going to do, I'm going to choke up on this thing so I can actually get tension. Okay, from here, I want to have a nice athletic stance, which basically just means that my feet are going to be shoulder width apart, maybe point out a little bit, and I want to have a nice solid grounding. I don't want to be too wobbly, I don't want my feet staggered to start, I want a good base of support. Okay, so from here, I'm going to allow my shoulder to drift forward. Okay, I'm going to allow this band to protract my shoulder. So if you can see with this arm, what that is, it's from here and allowing it to come forward like that. From here, I'm going to think about pulling my arm that way, like my arm is one big extension of this band and it's all trying to recede that way. Now, what do we talk about? We talk about how the lat runs from basically the shoulder down to the thoracic and lumbar spine and the iliac crest. So what I want to do is pull those points away from my shoulder. To do that, I'm going to think about, like I said, moving that shoulder forward, but sitting my butt down, okay, and then even rotating over to the side, okay? So, although I do want to show you my butt, okay, if I really want to get a good stretch here, I need to both lengthen and shoot my hips, almost creating like an arc. If you've seen the QL stretch video, it's totally similar. Okay, so go over it again, grab, let the band take my shoulder. I'm going to sit back, feel all that length coming through, and then to get that extra stretch, I'm just going to slightly bend, shoot my hips over, and try to crunch here and lengthen the whole opposite side. From here, you can do whatever you want. You can pause and hold. You can kind of like detension, retension, detention, retention. You can kind of just like balance on your feet. You can twist, untwist, twist, untwist. It's really up to you. I'll show you from this side. You're just going to grab it, sit back, create length, come back, create length, and I can twist, I could sit, I could lean, I could rock, I could play. It's all going to hit things a little bit different. So really incorporate twisting, sitting, bending, pulling, leaning, rocking, all of it. Okay? Do it feels good, do it consistently, and let us know if you have any questions. Enjoy.